Welcome to Political Sin. In this video, I want to talk about all those goddamn white supremacist Donald Trump voters. What's wrong with these voters? What's wrong with these people? There isn't anything wrong with these people, okay? This is the issue that we keep running into. The people on the left agree and believe into this lie that Donald Trump is a racist, okay? I voted for Donald Trump because why would I vote for someone like an Uncle Tom or, what's his name, Sambo, who's really the guy? Why would I vote for someone that's a racist that would look at a yellow person and be like, I'm a lower class citizen? I would never vote for a person that is a racist. And that's how they get you if you're on a left. They get you to believe in these lies, okay? Systemically, what Trump has done is undo a lot of this systemic racism. First step back, give historically black colleges and universities permanently fund them for 10 years. These aren't things that a racist would do. He might say some, asshole type things. And I get it. I want a person of leadership shouldn't act in that way. He should act, or she should act, or that person, if you're LGBTQ, if you're that person, if you're that kind of person, it's hard to follow you. It's hard to follow someone that is being mean. It's hard to follow someone that seems like they don't have integrity. And so I completely get it. That is the downside to Donald Trump. But people aren't voting for that. And this is the issue with a lot of liberals and leftists. They don't understand why someone can vote for Donald Trump. First of all, Donald Trump is not a racist. Two, he's not your typical politician. He's not your typical politician. So when he came in and said, drain the swamp, that is telling me and telling many other people, oh, thank goodness someone is coming in and getting rid of establishment Republicans, getting rid of establishment Democrats, getting rid of all these people that have been selling us citizens away. Now you start to discuss things like what about the wall? What about, border security, this wall? Immigrants are good. Illegal immigrants are good. That is not true. That hurts the American people most. Like most things, the people in the middle get screwed. So like universal health care, illegal immigrants, it hurts the middle class. It hurts the American worker. Helps businesses, the wealthy and the big corporations, they benefit from all this all the time. You have FU money. When you have FU money and you have the ability to move wherever you want, move your money wherever you want, you can manipulate the system as it's given to you. Whatever the laws are, they help lobby these people to get the laws to benefit them. So all these things actually screwed the American worker over. So illegal immigrants, they pull your wages down. Illegal immigrants pulls American Hispanics and black people. Anyone that lives in kind of impoverished neighborhoods. If you live in the hood, if you live in the ghetto, people with the lowest skills are being affected by illegals because they work for even less. They pay less taxes, maybe no taxes at all. So who foots that bill? The American worker. The American worker does. Now, the upside to having immigrants and illegal immigrants is the fact that, the businesses get to make more money. Their profit margins are higher. So our overall GDP looks a lot better. But like I said, instead of businesses competing for your services, now the American worker is competing with illegals or immigrants that they're shipping over here. And it's no secret that tech companies abuse these H1s, these visas, because anything that happens with these workers that come over here from India or whatever place they came from, if they could just ship them back and deport them back if they do anything wrong. This isn't like a secret, but a lot of people are so blind and uneducated about the upsides. There's trade-offs and everything. That's why people on the right value someone like Thomas Sowell the most. He stated it perfectly. There are trade-offs, and you hopefully get the best trade-off possible, or something like that. Sorry, there's trade-offs. So the trade-offs with illegal immigrants is like, yeah, overall, this economy, this GDP, it makes it look better. But the American worker that has to work harder, who is more likely going to be unemployed and who's going to make less money, has to compete with people that shouldn't be here. You know, we are the richest nation in the world, but that still doesn't mean that we're perfect, that the people in this country are living their best lives. That's still not true. You know, that's why we can't survive if we turn into a socialist nation, because there isn't enough businesses. There's not enough wealth completely to where like we could just share it all with each other and be all gravy with it, I guess. We can't pay for all these we can't pay for Medicare for all. We can't pay for Social Security. We can't pay for Medicare and Medicaid. And then let's say we add a UBI on top of that. We're going to end up paying like 60%, 70% in taxes. That's not a world that I want to live in. It's going to be significantly harder to create businesses, to invest in other businesses. So I am not against some type of social welfare program, whatever. I just want to minimize it as much. Now, I'm a person that compromises with something like a UBI, because the UBI, in my belief, is, you know, I also want to get rid of Social Security if we're going to do UBI. So that's going to help a lot with taxes as well. But with the UBI, we get the money directly. If they're going to tax us, we never see it, or we never use healthcare. At least with a UBI, we get to see that $1,000 if we go by Andrew Yang's plan. We at least get to see that money. And someone like me, or someone that makes under like $30K a year, they're almost guaranteed to use that money on something. And where you're going to use it, you're going to use it in your local economy. You're going to this flow of money and cash flow is going to be moving constantly. And inflation, as long as there's competition, the battle for the lowest prices, the best, your competitive advantage and all that stuff, that's all going to work itself out. The free market, it's still a free market. Donald Trump voters are not bad people. They're not racist. They're just like how, like, the people on the left like to think of the people on the right in this whatever kind of ideal trope of being this white racist supremacist. And the people on the right, maybe they like to think like the left is like Antifa or like these communists, which they're not. So each side is fighting over each other over the minority of people that are radicals. They're not these radicals, okay? You know, calling someone like me a white supremacist, I am not a white supremacist, man. I'm not a white supremacist. I just believe in certain policies that I think is the best for our nation. And I think a lot of this has been proven through time, and there's a lot of information out there to try to discredit. Each side tries to discredit each other, and it's my belief, and the evidence to me points to more policies on the right that benefit, like low taxes. I don't want to fight these wars in the Middle East. Trump wants to bring them back. That's one of the reasons I voted for him. He's bringing troops back. He's actually brought more troops back, or he's lessened the troops in Afghanistan more than Obama did. He didn't go out and just create new wars. That's a good thing to me. Peace in the Middle East, these peace deals with UAE and all these other countries, and then Israel moving the embassy to Jerusalem, all this stuff. These are good things. The economy, he took something where everyone thought, like anyone that pays attention to the economy, you would think that we would have hit the recession by the time Trump got in. But someone like Trump, who is a billionaire, understands the economy a lot more, knows the things that he can do to manipulate the economy to keep our bull market going. People need to understand this was the longest bull market ever, okay? I agree that Trump inherited a good economy, okay? But it takes someone else. It takes a person to continue that trend, because you could be that person that killed that trend. Let's say another Democrat came in who's more progressive. They would have taxed everyone. We would have probably hit the recession already, which, we go through ebbs and flows, right? You go up a while, you have to come back down a little bit before you go up. There is just no hockey stick. There's no such thing as a hockey stick. People take profits. All these things happen. People have to adjust. These are all things. You don't want to create that bubble. You don't want to create bubbles, which, people may argue we were in a bubble before COVID-19. But that's besides the fact that what Trump did with the economy, I approve of. What he's done foreign policy wise, I think he did a good job. I think he did more. Instead of pissing off people, he became more friendly with people, which I think is the better strategy. Okay, there's many other ways to restrict people from doing harm in the world. You could be friendly with a Kim Jong-un, be friendly with him, but still restrict him policy-wise, restrict his money from flowing into the country. You could do all these things. You want to be on people's good sides and influence them in that way, rather than Obama admin always shaming Kim Jong-un. And if you always are straight up terrorizing another dictator, they're going to do things. They're going to be more hostile. If you're hostile to the dictator is going to be hostile back. So a person that doesn't have a lot of strength worldwide will like it when you acknowledge him. All you have to do is acknowledge him. Hey, you're Kim Jong-un, you're an awesome guy. But behind the scenes, you're like, okay, we're not going to let him get this money. We're not going to let him do these missiles and all this stuff. But publicly, you're like nice to him. That at the end of the day, that I think is a net positive. It's going to prevent him from having to do hostile things to make make the world panic over maybe a nuclear war or something. I think that strategy is a lot better. Whether you guys disagree with it or not, that's your freaking choice, okay? But to think that Donald Trump voters are racist or they don't love this country, to think that they believe in the level of systemic racism that the left believes, I think that's just, it's untrue. Police brutality, you're out of your mind if you think that defunding the police is a good thing. It's not a good thing. There's a level of human error that happens in police. Now, I am all for police transparency. Put them in. If they do something wrong, they should be punished for it, or there should be something to keep them accountable. And we should always be striving for that. But if you think we're a community policing, if you think your neighbor, you're going to rely on your neighbor, who you gonna call? Your neighbor? Like, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. Who you going to call? You're going to call like a mental person, or to stop a mental person, you're going to bring in a social worker? What are they going to do? What if this mentally incapable person, what if this person that's crazy and he's violent? What are you going to do? You're going to talk them down. You're still going to have to use force on a violent person to contain this person. You still have to do something to stop this person. I'm all for shooting tranquilizers or whatever at people, man. I really am. Like, that's why they use tasers. Tasers sometimes don't work. And I guess by using tasers, you still need like 2 people with you to use the taser. It's all these. Policing is very complicated, but all these people that are being killed by the police are being violent. They're not obeying the officer. This is what people don't understand. The police officers do not know you. It's very scary to enter a place that's unknown. The difference is you know the police officer. You know the police officer. They're wearing the uniform. You know what their job entails. You know what they're supposed to be doing. So you need to do everything to stay alive and just listen to them and you'll be alive. I really believe that if you just listen to the officer, let's say they take advantage of you, they mess with you a little bit, they rough you up a little bit, who cares? Okay? Get them on camera or whatever. If you get them on camera, you could sue them and you can make money. That's how you defund the police. Yes, officer beat me up. You get beat up, you sue them, you settle in court, you get their money. You get their money and you defunded that police. Now that police officer, that whatever police force, they have less money. And now you're all of a sudden a millionaire or whatever because you got beat up by the police. The most important thing is you stayed alive. Please just stay alive. Listen to the officers. Most of them are not there to screw you. All right. Stay alive. Listen to the police officers, and you'll most likely be alive. If anything happens to you that's on camera, that's like the Derek Chauvin, George Floyd, or way worse than that, that they just straight up kill you because your color of your skin, that's a whole different thing. But there isn't anyone just walking around pointing at you, you're black, you're dead. That's just not what I believe that's happening. Yeah, the violence, the rioting, looting, all this stuff is things that I think that once you believe that violence is the only way to get political gain, that's called terrorism. So when you riot and loot and you make it okay, it will never end. There's always a reason. And if you always use the past, because the past is permanent. The past is permanent, right? So you can always use that reason for in the past for why you're doing what you do now. You know, I killed this person because his ancestors were slave owners or stuff like that. Like, that's not stuff that I'm down with. I'm not okay with that. So I'm someone now that I'm forming into my politics and the way I view the world and the things I see that is the best direction for our country and our world. I have to call out hypocrisy on both sides. I grew up a lot around black culture. I grew up really thinking that black people are just getting screwed, which in many ways they were. But the only way to get out of this perceived oppression is to succeed. And no one's stopping you but you. For me, I'm Asian. Apparently my stereotype is like, I'm supposed to be smarter, better in math. The percentages of Asian people succeeding in the world is like higher or whatever. But that's not true for me. I'm struggling in life. I'm trying my best to make, to find purpose, to find financial freedom, to the best I can to improve my life. No one else is going to do that for me but me. So what that mindset of what I'm trying to build for myself, I want all my black friends in the black community. I want Hispanics. I want white people. I want Asian people. I want whatever color you are. If you're struggling, we're all in this together. We can improve, and it all starts up here. So the mindset of being a person that's more right-wing, that individual responsibility, that is something that holds true and that resonates with me so much. And that's why I voted right across the board this election. I'm unaffiliated party-wise. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, but I feel like in this 2020 election, voting for Donald Trump was the right choice, and voting for all red was the right choice. Because I think that all these policies and everything that they've done is better for America than what Democrats propose to us. I really think that once you lift these lies that you believe in, that the left tells you, you're going to be more honest. You're going to be more, you see the light. You get red pilled. Your brain switches like you can't unsee it. You won't be able to unsee it. And I hope that, through this little rant that I have about all these crazy racist, white supremacist, Donald Trump voters. Oh yeah, one thing that I want to mention real quick is about this unity thing. The left spent 4 years saying the Russians hacked our election. So all I ask for really in this election is please just let the lawyers, the investigators do their thing and let them have their day in court and let them rule whatever the law states. That's all I ask for. And all these people, because you believe in that lie, is very detrimental to us. Once you believe in these lies like Donald Trump is a racist, you'll see that anyone that voted for Donald Trump, the racist, is a bad person. And you'll dismiss everything that they chose, that they personally chose themselves. Whether you're black, white, Hispanic, or whatever, Donald Trump got like the most minority votes since like 1960. So I'll leave it right there, guys. I hope, how I see the world is there are dividers and uniters. And I feel like we all need to be red pilled. We all need to we all need to at least be honest about how the other side see things. Majority of people that are more right wing see things more like me. No, I'm generally right wing. I'm generally more conservative leaning, but I'm open to people on the left and liberals explaining how they see the world, what they want for our country. I'm open to it. I used to be one of them. I wanted Bernie Sanders to win in 2016, but he got screwed and he screwed himself over, and I ended up voting for Jill Stein, the Green Party person. I don't even know who Jill Stein was at the time. I just knew it wasn't Bernie, and I'm not voting for Clinton, and I'm not voting for Donald Trump in 2016. So all these things changed my mind over 4 years. It changed my mind how the media portrays everything, how they're biased, they're not your friend. All these things changed my mind. They helped red pill me, and that's why I voted for Donald Trump, because I truly believe he was the best person for not only America, but the world and for humanity. The best candidate to give us the most freedoms and protect those freedoms and protect the Constitution. So I'll end it right there. I believe there are uniters in life and there are dividers in life. And people on the left are dividers. A lot of them are, and they don't realize it yet. You know, I think people really get it wrong that the right-wing people are the dividers. But really, they're very patriotic and they're uniters. Maybe the people on the left, what they think are doing. What they think they're doing is patriotic too. And this is people from the left, once they become red pill, they become more right. It's usually not the other way around. It's usually not. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it on a mass scale like the walk away or Brexit or anything like that. So let's be a uniter. If you're a leftist or a liberal or you're a conservative, whatever leaning you are, let's come together and be uniters. And let's figure this out. And let's improve upon our Constitution. Let's make this world a better place. And I appreciate you guys watching. Like the video, comment. Let me know what you guys think about Donald Trump voters. If you believe that Donald Trump is a racist, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of what I said, if you lasted this long. So I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.